Oh, first of all, it's not rivalry. Not when you losing by 35 points on opening.
That's true.
It's not rivalry. Indiana Fever's on a different level than the Chicago Sky. Let's get that out the way. Secondly, as much as we love Angel Reese because she is special, she's not Caitlin Clark as a player. Caitlin Clark is in a different level.
Stephen A. Smith just unleashed a verbal nuke on Angel Reese, and the basketball world hasn't stopped buzzing since. After the heated confrontation between Reese and Caitlin Clark during their latest WNBA showdown, Smith finally voiced what so many fans and analysts have been whispering for months. He didn't sugarcoat it, and he didn't play politics. Instead, he exposed what he believes is the toxic foundation behind the Reese-Clark dynamic, cutting straight through the noise with brutal honesty. According to Smith, Angel Reese's rise to mainstream popularity isn't built solely on her performance or stats. It's fueled largely by the controversy and tension surrounding her behavior toward Caitlin Clark. While Clark, known for her cold-blooded threes and elite playmaking, has had her own share of competitive taunts, the narrative has always been different when the spotlight hits Reese. Smith pointed out how quickly the media embraced Reese as a firebrand figure, but suggested that the rivalry with Clark, whether personal or exaggerated by public perception, has been the real catalyst for Reese's fame. This wasn't just a critique of a single moment in a game. It was a deeper commentary on how sports media, fan culture, and even marketing narratives are amplifying drama over the actual game. Smith argued that while Clark was letting her game do the talking, Reese leaned into the headlines, often through confrontation, aggression, and controversy. He made it clear that there's a fine line between fierce competition and unnecessary theatrics, and in his view, Reese has crossed it more than once. The fallout from Smith's comments has been immediate. Fans are split. Some agree wholeheartedly, saying it's about time someone with a major platform said what needed to be said, that sports should be about skill, not spectacle. Others feel Smith went too far, calling his comments an unfair takedown that feeds into a one-sided media narrative. Regardless of which side you're on, one thing is undeniable. The WNBA and its fans are now being forced to confront uncomfortable truths about favoritism, identity, and the double standards at play in how rivalries are portrayed. Smith's words weren't just about calling out Angel Reese, they were a wake-up call for everyone watching. He reminded viewers that drama may trend, but it doesn't win championships. Execution does. Leadership does. And as Caitlin Clark continues to let her game shine while walking through fire, Smith made it clear who he believes is truly carrying the torch for the future of women's basketball.
A couple of years back, before LSU smacked Iowa around in the national championship game or so, it was Angel Reese that was clapping back at Caitlin Clark once it was Caitlin Clark's turn to have her comeuppance. And that's what made Angel Reese famous. Now, Angel Reese...
Let me set the scene for you. The WNBA season kicked off with one of the most hyped matchups in recent memory. Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever facing off against Angel Reese's Chicago Sky. But instead of a nail-biter, it turned into a one-sided showcase. The Fever steamrolled the Sky with a dominant 93-58 win, and Clark once again proved why she's the most talked-about player in the league. But it wasn't just the scoreline making headlines, it was the drama that unfolded mid-game. During one intense possession, Clark was hit with a flagrant one foul for a hard play on Reese. What followed was instant tension. Reese tried to confront Clark on the spot, but Fever star Aaliyah Boston stepped in fast, inserting herself between the two and keeping the situation from boiling over. The physicality, the rivalry, and the growing tension between these two rising stars made this game unforgettable, and the season is just getting started.
She reacted. I have an issue with the way it's being handled by her, by the Chicago Sky, everybody involved. I have a problem with it being called a flagrant foul. It's a take foul.
Now here's where things take a turn. The WNBA is currently investigating reports that some fans may have directed hateful and inappropriate comments toward Angel Reese following her heated moment with Caitlin Clark during the game. Chicago Sky CEO Adam Fox released a statement, saying, "We welcome the WNBA's investigation of allegations of fan misconduct during our first game of the season. We will do everything in our power to protect Chicago Sky players." The league followed up with a statement of its own, saying, "The WNBA strongly condemns racism, hate, and discrimination in all forms. They have no place in our league or in society. We are aware of the allegations and are looking into the matter. But of course, Stephen A. Smith had a very different take. Never one to shy away from controversy, he tackled the incident head-on during his show. Sitting down with basketball analyst Monica McNutt, Smith wasn't interested in sugarcoating anything. While McNutt approached the topic with nuance and diplomacy, Stephen A. cut through with his usual blunt force, questioning not just the reaction to the incident, but also the motivations behind the narrative surrounding Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark.
I do think I'm with Janae. I do think there was a little extra sauce on this one in terms of having your teammates back. But to me, again, this falls under the guise of competition, and y'all got to let these women compete.
Does Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have any love or like for one another at all?
Respect.
Yeah, they have respect.
I don't know. That ain't what I asked. I know what the difference. I think I know the difference.
The WNBA's recent clash between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese has sparked one of the most intense media discussions in women's basketball history. And Stephen A. Smith, as always, didn't hold back. He kicked things off by asking basketball analyst Monica McNutt a straightforward question about the incident. While McNutt called it a routine basketball play, something the referees dealt with properly and common in the WNBA, Smith quickly cut in, unimpressed with what he saw as deflection. He pressed for clarity and steered the conversation to what many fans believe is the real issue: race and gender double standards in sports. Stephen A. made it clear that this wasn't just about a hard foul. It was about how two players, one black and outspoken, the other white and widely praised, are perceived by fans and the media. McNutt agreed, pointing out the glaring pattern in which Caitlin Clark